All right, get this. What if you could argue your way out of the laws of physics? Today, we're exploring a world where philosophy isn't just some dusty old subject, it's a weapon. We're diving into a reality, based on the work of R.F. Kuang, where the sharpest minds can literally bend the universe to their will. And right from the jump, the story opens with this quote from Plato. It's perfect, right? It sets the tone immediately. It's super philosophical, a little bit ominous, and it frames this entire journey we're about to go on as a pursuit of not just knowledge, but of death itself. And this is the central hook. I mean, what a brilliant, high-concept idea that just grabs you right away. You can forget about divine intervention or big epic battles. Nope, this is an intellectual heist. It's an academic rescue mission into the underworld. So, who on Earth would be crazy enough to even try something like this? Let's break down the mission, because this isn't just some thought experiment. It's a really desperate journey for two Cambridge students with absolutely everything on the line. So our heroes are Alice and Peter, two brilliant but very stressed out grad students. See, their abrasive genius professor has died, and without him, their dissertations, their entire academic futures, are basically dead in the water. So what's their solution? Oh, just go get him back from hell, as one does. But how? How is any of this even possible? Well, this brings us to the really unique and fascinating system of magic that runs this world. And it's not about wands and spells. It's all about wit and paradox. The system is called analytic magic, and its most important tool, chalk. But the power isn't really in the chalk itself. It's in what the chalk is made of, the compressed, fossilized remains of ancient sea creatures. And this gives it a direct link to the universe's fundamental energies, kind of blending science and mysticism. And this is the key to how the magic works. It's not about breaking the laws of reality, it's about finding their loopholes. It's all linguistic trickery. If you can construct a clever enough logical conundrum, you can actually convince the universe, just for a moment, to suspend its own rules. A classic example of this is something called the Socrates paradox. Think about it. If you have a heap of sand and you remove one single grain, it's still a heap, right? And if you take away another, it's still a heap. So by stating this simple premise inside a chalk circle, you create a moment of logical confusion for the universe itself. And in that confusion, reality blinks. And for a little while, the pile of sand just doesn't run out. So, armed with their logic and a bit of chalk, our heroes head down into the underworld. But the hell they find, it's not what you'd expect. You can forget fire and brimstone. No, they find something far, far more terrifying: bureaucracy. You see, in this world, hell adapts. It becomes a warped, twisted reflection of the world the dead knew. And since our heroes are from Cambridge, the underworld they walk into is a nightmarish, bureaucratic, and hilarious satire of a university campus. And the parallels here are just fantastic. In Cambridge, you defend a dissertation to get your PhD. In hell, you defend a moral confession to earn reincarnation. Your faculty advisor gets replaced by the actual Furies, and that academic mantra of publish or perish becomes the much more literal confess or perish. And the souls damned here, they're not evil incarnate. Oh no, they're guilty of the most agonizingly familiar academic sins. The person at a talk who says they have more of a comment than a question. Damned. The guy who still brags about his high school exam scores. Damned. It's an absolutely perfect satire of intellectual pride. But, okay, behind all the satire, the danger is very, very real. The stakes in this underworld are higher than in almost any other version of hell you can think of. And here's why the stakes are just so incredibly high. If you die in the living world, your soul goes to hell, you get a chance at reincarnation. But if you die in hell, well, there's no coming back from that. It's not just your body that's gone. It's the complete and utter end of your existence. Your soul stuff, the very fabric of who you are, just dissipates into nothing. It is the ultimate form of oblivion. This whole theme of oblivion, of nothingness, brings us to the final barrier in hell, the mythological river Lethe. And here, it poses this really profound philosophical challenge about what it even means to be a person. So in mythology, you've got all these rivers in the underworld, but the Lethe has a really unique and terrifying purpose. It doesn't wash away your sins. It strips you of your memory. It erases everything you ever were. all to prepare you for reincarnation. And this is where it gets really, really deep. The ancient Greek word for oblivion, letha, is actually the root of the word for truth, aletheia, which literally means unforgetfulness. So what's the connection there? Is truth something you can only find once you've forgotten everything else? Or is facing the truth about yourself the only way to earn the right to forget? The story really wrestles with this. And that brings us to the ultimate question that this whole world leaves you with. In a universe built on language, where pure logic can suspend the laws of physics, what's the most powerful lie you could possibly tell?